New player schedule. Overview. At the events, PD run a series of sessions designed to provide support for players new to the game or new to different areas of the game, or for just a refresher on a particular area of the game. All of these sessions, with 2 exceptions, are open to all players who wish to attend. The new player meeting in the hub and the new player skirmish on the skirmish field are only available to players at their first or their second games. These sessions are run by members of crew or volunteers from the player base who have experience in that area of the game. Because of the number of different sessions available and time available, some of the sessions clash with their timings. You're welcome to attend sessions at different events as you choose. Thursday sees the out-of-character social, the meet and greet and general chat in the Senate building from 8 p.m. onwards. This is an informal session where members of the player support team are in Senate to chat about the game with anyone new or newish who'd like a chat. It's a good opportunity to meet other new players and ask questions. Here's your schedule for Friday. Midday at the Hall of Worlds is the LGBTQ+ new players meeting brief. This is at 12 till 12:30. New players only, and discussions and questions on role-playing in a world that is blind to gender identity and sexuality. Includes examples of representation. And then from 12:30 to 3, there's a wider invite to PD's LGBTQ+ community, a place to meet others in the community, celebrate highlights from previous years, and find a support network. Please bring along any snacks and refreshments to give a bit of a social fuddle atmosphere, a good place for people to show off their pronoun badges. Midday at the hub is the new player meeting. This is a talk with some opportunity for questions after, as time allows, touching on many aspects of the game, including but not limited to the agencies of state and how to interact with them, NPCs and what they're for, looking after yourself, what to do if things go wrong, weapons checking, and anything else we can think of and fit in. 1 p.m. on the skirmish field is the combat brief. This session introduces the basics of LARP combat and combat at Empire. These sessions will include a brief rundown of the combat rules, how battles work, safety in combat, cinematic role-playing combat, and some pointers on how to fight safely and enjoyably. 1 p.m. in the Military Council tent is the public speaking class. This is a session providing useful advice and tips on improving your confidence and skill speaking to groups and crowds of people. 2 p.m. at the hub is the new player meeting. This is a talk with opportunity for questions after, as time allows, touching on many aspects of the game, including, but not limited to, the agencies of state and how to interact with them, NPCs and what they're for, looking after yourself, what to do if things go wrong, weapons checking, and anything else we can think of. At 3 p.m. in the Hall of Worlds, there is the introduction to Apothecary. During this session, you can learn about the effects, rules, and phys reps for common imperial herbs, potions and poisons, and how to brew and identify potions and poisons, the Apothecary skill, the Chirurgeon skill, the Physics skill, and appropriate role-playing, plus brief primers on imperial lore and censure, uncommon herbs, and mysterious potions. 3 p.m. on the skirmish field is the Archery brief. This session will cover the basics of shooting a LARP bow, how to pick your target, shooting into melee, how to check an arrow, and what is acceptable use on the battlefield. Again, this is aimed at new players, those taking marksman as a skill, and those who may fancy a refresh. It'll also give you the chance to ask questions of players who use a bow regularly. 3 p.m. on the skirmish field, there is another combat brief. This session introduces the basics of LARP combat and combat at Empire. These sessions will include a brief rundown of the combat rules, how battles work, safety in combat, cinematic role-playing combat, and some pointers on how to fight safely and enjoyably. 4 p.m, Hall of Worlds is the introduction to the Synod. This session will be a talk with questions and answers explaining how the Synod works, legal powers of priests, how to vote and raise judgments, inquisitions, and the priest skills. 4 p.m. on the skirmish field, there's a new player skirmish. This is an opportunity to try out your weapons and costume in a series of small skirmishes run by a number of crew and players in a controlled environment. It's an opportunity to try the rules in action, learn what suits you, hit and get hit to judge your levels of comfort in a space where your character isn't at risk, and with the intention of helping you learn in a low-pressure situation. And again at 5 p.m. in the hub, there's another new player meeting. This is a talk with some opportunity for questions after, as time allows, touching on many aspects of the game, including, but not limited to, the agencies of state and how to interact with them, NPCs and what they're for, looking after yourself, what to do if things go wrong, weapons checking, and anything else we can think of. 5 p.m. in the Hall of Worlds, there is an introduction to magic, and this is a session to talk about combat magic, ritual magic, and the conclave. 5 p.m. at the Academy, there's an out-of-character welcome question and answer session for any parents or young players. And then at 6 p.m, it's time in.